What's up, everybody? It's your man right here, the one and only, that beautiful Rhode Island Red Rooster, one of the original road warlords, and as always, bring you the knowledge and drop the science in this industry of what we call trucking, okay? I'm doing this particular video to speak on a round table discussion about my channel, how things work, the videos that I post, so on and so forth, and to speak about my future plans and stuff. I get comments and stuff about me being very long-winded about the subject matters that I speak on and stuff, and so that's the whole purpose as to why I make content to start with. My videos are going to be very long-winded about the thing that I speak about, and that's so that the thing that I speak about, you get a complete and total understanding about the subject matter. This is why when I open up my videos, I say bring you the knowledge and drop the science in this industry. This is why I always end my content with saying continue to do your research, fact find, and studies, harness on your skills every day. Because that of which I speak on, I want to cover the entire spectrum, so that that subject matter of which I speak on, which sometimes is requested, you get a complete and total understanding, because I don't think that some of the content and stuff that I watch doesn't go explicitly into the subject matter and stuff, and so it misses a lot of key points. And so when you get into it, it's like you have somewhat of understanding, but you have to discover other things and stuff that could potentially slow you down, because it was something that was missed, something that wasn't discussed, something that wasn't talked about. And so again, that of which I speak on, I'm going to make sure that I cover the entire spectrum. So the point of my videos is the very video itself. That's the point. And to get an understanding, you must have patience to watch it. This is why, to get an understanding about something, you must humble yourself. You must humble yourself to wisdom in order to receive it. If you're apprehensive, like a lot of people are, then you're gonna miss the entire subject matter and stuff. And so when you go into it, you go in with the false notion, and so when you implement your plan, it doesn't work out the way that it was intended. And so instead of owning up and saying that, well, I didn't research it enough, you begin to blame others and say, well, that wasn't discussed, or that wasn't talked about, the thumbs downs and all this other stuff there and everything. So you have to humble yourself to wisdom. This is what I had to do. This is why I got 16 years in the industry, and I know how it was when I first started. Is that my eagerness of wanting to know everything and stuff, and then get everything down packed. I thought that was more important and stuff than to actually humble myself and stuff to wisdom that was all around me. And so I missed a lot of things, especially when I first got started. As opposed to now, where I'm not saying that I'm a know-it-all or whatever, but it's just the information that I have and stuff I've seen that has been very helpful to people. And so this is why I put the content out here. I'm going to be long-winded. That's the way things are going to be, because my content, again, is to cover the entire spectrum of any subject matter that I speak on. All right. So, the other thing is, I've been catching a lot of flack about a video that I made a couple months ago, dealing with the MaxxForce engine, the MaxxForce 13, and the trucks and stuff that they were selling up there for such a low price. Now, this is where I say again, you got to humble yourself to wisdom. All right. I'm not saying for a person that doesn't have a lot of experience in the industry and stuff to go out there and purchase this truck and stuff and then try to make things work. That's not what I'm saying. That was for those and stuff that have somewhat of an understanding. You know, because believe it or not, I called that dealership and all those trucks are sold. You know, despite the Max Force engine and its reputation, people still purchase them. And the reason why they purchase them and stuff is not to go out here and run, you know, OTR and be a here, there, and everywhere and stuff like that. If you know what you're doing, right, with the truck, then it can work to your advantage. It's just like purchasing a truck, say for $5,000, right? You purchase a truck for $5,000. Now, how much did you really have to put into the truck to make it do what it's supposed to do? Those who have an understanding about it can make that work. Those who don't have an understanding, that's something that you need to steer away from, you know. And that's why I say, like, it would be better for a person to purchase something brand new and get your experience up on that and stuff. And so as you get an understanding about how the whole trucking thing works and stuff, you know, the components, the components, the parts, the labor, where to carry certain things and stuff, so on and so forth. Then, you know, if you want to later on purchase a truck, say for $5,000, then how much will you really have invested in it to make it do what it's supposed to do? You know, that sort of thing there. So, you know, that's the thing there. It's not to say that the Max Force engine is the best engine in the world. I mean, like I said, you know, I understand its reputation. But at the same time, is that if you have somewhat of an understanding how things work, you know, which those guys and stuff that purchased those trucks did, then, you know, they got it, did what they supposed to do with it and stuff. And so, you know, they put it to work, and that's that. You know, so with that, there being, you know, if they got an understanding, then they made the move and stuff like that. And I imagine it's probably one that's very profitable, you know. But again, I understand the reputation that the Max Force engine has. But, you know, it's just like anything else that you purchase and stuff, you know, a car or whatever, you know. A car may give you a bunch of trouble. You know, when it first came out, it was giving people a bunch of trouble. But then, you know, if they got all the bugs and stuff worked out of it, then, yeah, it's going to deviate a lot of people from purchasing it. But then that person that sit there and take the chance and say, well, hey, you know, let's get it and see what happens, you know, and they're prepared, then they're going to do pretty good and stuff, because, you know, they went out there, they took the chance, they say, well, this was worked on, that was worked on and stuff, and so on and so forth. And then I got a contingency plan set up just in case this issue may come up again. So, you know, that's just business in general. You know, sometimes you run across deals and stuff, but, you know, it's the knowledge that you have that can really help you along and stuff in the decisions that you make and stuff. And, you know, if understood properly, it can actually excel you a great deal in this industry. But, you know, it does come with this drawbacks, you know, and people who've been in the industry longer or been in the field of study longer has the understanding about certain things and stuff, and that's because of the mistakes that they made in the past. They can apply that towards the situation now and can move forward and progress with whatever decision and stuff that they make towards their business or their life, their goals, so on and so forth. And so, you know, humbling yourself to wisdom gives you that you know, it gives you that insight, because you have the complete understanding about that of what you're entering, and you can take your triumphs and your failures and apply it to the situation and the matter at hand. The other thing is Match 2018. I definitely want to go. The problem is I don't think I'm gonna drive the truck out there though, and that decision comes from the fact that if you do something out here in this industry one time, then it's going to be expected for you to, to continue that process. If you run a certain area, if you do a certain thing and stuff, if you do it once, people are going to be expecting you and stuff, to do it continuously. And so, my bread and butter, where I make my money, is on the East Coast. And to take a load out to Texas, based upon, what I've done in the past, it wasn't very profitable. It wasn't very profitable and stuff. And so, I'm just going out there, to a truck show to, again, further my understanding and stuff about the industry. And so, this could be the opportunity that I need and stuff, to just take a break and stuff and unwind and just get away from, the core business of things and stuff, as I enlighten myself about other things that are going on in this industry. And, whether it's new technology, new trucks, new rules, regulations, and stuff like that, I want to be up to date on that. And so, they say a lot of that goes on out there. And I've been saying for years that I wanted to go and stuff. So, if I go, I'm probably going to catch a plane out there, rent a car, get a motel and stuff like that. So, I definitely want to go this year. I just haven't really stepped up to made any kind of plans and stuff as to how I'm going to go and stuff. But, if I do go, I probably won't drive. So, but it's still a ways away and stuff like that and everything. But, again, that's just my plan. I want to go out there and stuff. I want to get more insight about the industry and stuff like that. And plus, it'll be a first for me. So, I guess I'll go ahead and end on that note right there. So, with that being said, it's your man right here, the one, the only, that beautiful Rhode Island Red Rooster, telling you as always, continue to do your research, fact find, and studies. Harness on your skills every day. Until next time we talk, next time we meet, be safe, be easy, and peace out.